Aidan, not an ideal result for you after a fairly strong game of football from your Rovers team.
Yeah, I thought we were in control for the majority of the match. I thought we were the dominant side, especially in the first half. We created numerous chances, but it's always difficult when you don't take those opportunities. It's always the game becomes a bit cagey the longer it goes on. So it makes it a difficult game. We've had a few like this where our performances have been really good, but we haven't taken anything from the game. So, but there's lessons for the boys to learn, and that's the main focus of us. But they just need to show that they're learning on the job, I suppose. And tonight's a tough one to take because having seen the penalty incident back, it's clearly not a penalty. So that makes it difficult, and obviously that changes the game. And Cabinteely go 1 up, and then we can see it from a set piece, which is quite disappointing.
And when you say the penalty, do you reckon the penalty was the turning point in the game?
Yeah, well, it changes things. Obviously, like, you know, the first goal, and in most games, especially in the first division, we've seen that the first goal has a big factor, especially at the time of the game, where obviously we're looking to get take more of our opportunities, which we don't, and they have something then to hang on to and to dig in for. Gives them belief, gives them more hope. So and then obviously to concede the second goal kills the game right at the end, really. And
obviously it's a disappointing result. When you say Rovers dominated the majority of the game, especially in the first half, it was all Rovers from start to finish. There's plenty of positives to take from the game.
Oh, well, absolutely. There's not been too many games that we've come away from and not seeing plenty of positives from, both individually and from the team, in terms of how we're trying to play and the style of play that we've been working hard on, and the boys have been able to go out and express themselves within the structure of the team. So there's always been plenty of positives, but it's always disappointing when they're not getting their rewards, although sometimes it can be taken out of hands.
It's been 24 hours since one of the giants of European football graced this pitch. How much does an event like that spur on the younger generation of hopefully the next senior side to break through? Dean Williams, Sean Callan and Thomas Olua also obviously featured in the squad. Yeah. Dean Williams coming on for the last couple of minutes. Yeah. How does that spur on the rest of the boys?
Yeah, well, it's huge for them. They have they're going to get great opportunities, but I suppose it's up to them to go and grab them. They're in an environment where they're getting tested, but they're good enough to be tested. We're not putting them into a situation where we don't think is anything that's above them. I think they just have to go and show their own capabilities and show that they're good enough to go and play for the first team. Like, as you said, the lads you've mentioned have shown, boys that have come up over the last number of years and been able to get around that first team environment.
And Stephen Bradley was in attendance tonight. Do you see many of those players making an appearance for the first team as the league run-in looms?
Oh, well, like we have plenty of positive conversations about the boys week to week, and sometimes look, it can be difficult because they're going really well, and they're going for a league title. So the opportunities aren't just handed out just for the sake of being handed out, which is the right thing to do. But they're getting to see them in a really tough league where they have to go and show that they're capable of playing in the first team, and I think a lot of them are showing that in a really good light. But we know that gap is obviously a big jump, but they're getting opportunities, they're getting chances to try with the first team, and they're getting chances to show again tonight what their qualities are, albeit with a poor result.
Obviously the Rovers 2 team can't be promoted, so from what you've seen from the division, what's your view on how the run-in will look as the league finishes out?
Well, it's extremely tight, isn't it? You know, every team we seem to play is in contention for either a playoff spot or to go and win the thing. So I don't think there's been too much between many of the teams that we played. I think we have a tough game. We have 2 tough games coming this week against clubs that will be expected to challenge for the league, or at least be in a position to be in the playoffs in Drogheda and UCD. So we know we've 2 more tough games to come against teams that we've obviously played already, and we know that they're good sides, and they've shown that with the results already this season.
Kevin Zeffy has been one of your standout players this season. He's even been named dropped by Ireland manager Stephen Kenny. Is his next step in his Rovers development a place in the senior team, do you reckon, even though he is only 15?
Look, I think you see how good Kevin is, that the physical side of it doesn't even cause him any issues when he comes up to play against players in this league. So, but look, we know how Kevin's doing. The first team manager is extremely comfortable in where Kevin is at the moment, and Kevin's extremely comfortable as well. So we don't need to push anything, but I'd have no doubt, and I'm sure the manager would have no doubt in playing him if he had to. But Kevin's getting good opportunities at the moment, and he's in a good place enjoying his football, and he's still, as we say, he's only 15 years of age. He's not 16 until February. So for a boy of that age to be shown what he's shown, with the mentality and the determination he has to be the best footballer he can be, I think he's getting to show that where he is right now already.
Given what it's done for the development of young players, do you think that this team will be around for next season to carry on that work?
Well, we hope so. We hope the opportunity is there, but that's completely out of our hands. So we just have to wait and see.
And you also said that you're still involved with the Rovers Academy. We're into level 3 of COVID-19 restrictions now. How might this affect the work in the academy?
It's the same as every other football team in the country, or in Dublin, should I say. It makes things difficult, but we have to be creative, and we have to be still allowing our boys to work as much as they can with the restrictions that are in place, because that's obviously the most important thing, is that we maintain and coherence with those restrictions that are being put to us. So it makes things difficult, obviously, because you're only getting back into a situation where the young boys are getting to play games, and you're getting to see them in that environment, and they're going back to school, and they've been loving their football side of it. So we'll work with what we can, and we can still help those boys develop and hopefully enjoy their football while we're going through this.
And you say, like, but the kids are just back in school, and it must be incredibly disappointing. They're just after playing their first weekend of fixtures, and it's all shut down again. And when in terms of school, like, a lot of PE classes for kids in school have been restricted because of the lack of facilities and in the school to have a safe environment for them to have their PE classes. So would football have been that escape for them, and now that's been taken away from them? That's incredibly
I definitely think it is. Not just football; it's any sport really. You're taking away someone's hobby, and some kids that this might be their only kind of source of activity outside of their home life, like, you know, because so you're taking away that, and you're taking away that enjoyment, and you're making it a little bit more difficult for them to have that. But hopefully, fingers crossed, if restrictions help with the difficult times we're in, and that we're back to normal in 3 weeks, and we can move forward from there.
Yeah, hopefully. Anyway, thanks very much, Aidan.
Cheers, thanks very much.